Now it's time to see how we can open a new activity when we click on an item of the recycle view. And to do that, I'm gonna go down here. I'll delete this tools message because I don't need this. And we're gonna create an intent. So I'm gonna type here val intent. I'm gonna put equals. Then I'm gonna put intent. And here now we need to pass the context. So where we are. And the context is going to be this context that is passed here to the adapter, and that context that is passed to the adapter is the main activity. So here we're going to type context, meaning that this is the context of the main activity, because the main activity is because here we cannot pass this. Let me show you. Here you cannot pass this because we are not inside the activity. We are inside this adapter, and we cannot use context here. And what we do instead, we type context, and we here basically passing the context of the main activity, which is hosting the activity which is hosting the adapter. So I'm gonna type context, then I'm gonna type the second activity. But first, let's create the second activity. So I'm gonna go here. I'll go to new, to activity, and it's gonna be an empty activity. Let's call it second activity. Second activity. Click on finish. Now go back here and do type second activity. We wait a little bit. So second activity. Class.java. Now here we're gonna start the activity, but we're also gonna get some data. And to put the data, I'm gonna use the intent. So I'm gonna put intent, and let's create some constants. So I'm gonna go inside the utils. Right click, create a Kotlin class file. It's gonna be called constants. And here I'm gonna create a class, constants, and it's gonna have a companion object. And here we're gonna define constant val, let's say key underscore title, and it will be equal to title. And constant val key underscore description equals description. Alright, so you go back inside the adapter, and here I'm gonna type intent. Let's add a space between those. Intent dot put extra, and here I'm gonna use constants dot key title first, and for the value I'm gonna type item, so the item at this position that was clicked, and the item that we got here from our list dot title. Then I'm gonna press Ctrl D, and I'm gonna change this from key title to key description, and here we're gonna type description. Next, what we need to do is we need to type context dot start activity, because we cannot type simply start activity here. So if I type here start activity, there is nothing showing. This is because now we are inside the adapter, and the adapter is not an activity, so it does not have those kind of functions. But because the main activity, so the context that is passed as a parameter to the adapter, is hosting the adapter, we can use that context to start an activity. So I can type here context dot start activity, and we're gonna pass the intent. Now here in the second activity, I'm gonna get that data. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna type val extras gonna be equal to get intent dot extras, and let's call it actually bundle. So bundle or data. Let's call it data. And now we need to check if the data is not null. So if I type here, let's say val title, and I try to get the title, type data dot get key, I can't, because this is nullable, so it can be null. So what we need to do here is to type data, we use the Elvis operator dot let. Now here I'm gonna type, let's actually create two text views for our second activity. So we take a text view, we put it here, we constrain it, we add another text view below of this one, we also constrain it, and let's push this up a little bit. Now let's change the text size. So I'm gonna go inside here, I'm gonna type text size 20 sp, and here text size also 20 sp. Now go back inside the second activity, and here I'm gonna type, first we're gonna create our text view. So I'm gonna type here private latent it var title text view. It's gonna be of type text view, and private latent it var description text view description text view. Text view, let's type here, and here we're gonna type title equals find view by id r.id dot title, and text view equals find view by id r.id dot description. And let's go inside here. Actually, let's see activity.second. Let's see, we don't have the, let's change the id to title, and here to description. So now if you go back in the second activity, I'm gonna type title and description, and again we have those underlined. So let's rebuild our project. Alright, now those disappeared, and now here I'm gonna type title text view dot text equals to it dot get string, and I'm gonna type constants dot key title. I'm gonna press Ctrl D, and I'm gonna change this from title text view to description, and I'm gonna change the key to description here. Alright, so now if you run this, alright, so our app opened. Now if I click on title 2, the app crashed. Let's see why. So the app crashed because I didn't initialize the description text view. I typed title text view 2 times, and down I try to use the description text view without initializing. So let's delete here this title text view, and let's type description text view. So let's type description. Now if you run this, if I click on this item, we get title 2. So now it's working. as you can see, and we have description too here. So it's again we have this big space, probably because I didn't constrain that. So let's go in activity second. Let's go to design. Alright, so I didn't, let's push this up, and let's run our app again. Click on terminate. Now if I click on one of the items, we are taken to the next activity, to the second activity, and we have title 2 and description 2. So the data is send it, and here we get in the data and we assign it to the text views. So now everything works fine. And now I'm gonna end the video and see you in the next video.